That's sort of the next piece of logic. We know it's right, and we know it's 90. How do we know that? What's our backup? Well, it's a right angle, that's what was given, but what do you know, or what can you use to back that up? You can simply say definition of a right angle. So if you know a definition, like we just talked about, definition of right angle, you can put that as your reason. Number 3. Angle B is also a right angle. We knew angle A was a right angle. We know that's 90. We also know angle B is a right angle because that was given. What do we know then to be the measure of angle B? 90 degrees. Why? Definition of right angle. I know, again, this may seem a bit obvious and a little more than you have to write, but again, it's getting you into the process of writing a 2-column proven. So we have just stated our givens and also followed up with the fact that both angles measure 90. Statement 5, angle A can then be assumed congruent to angle B. We have in our statements the fact that measure of angle A equals 90, which is equal to the measure of angle B. Again, seems kind of obvious, but what you want to do when you run 2-column proofs is give yourself a series of statements to back up your givens and try and link the 2 proven statements at the end here. All right? You'll see more examples of this too within your packets when you read and do work on your own. Okay? Does anyone need another minute to make sure I talk about Did everything down? So we're going to go on to the same idea with the next one. See if you can try this one on your own. It's going to be a similar idea. In theorem 2, it's going to say if 2 angles are straight angles, then they are congruent. So fill in the blanks there. If 2 angles are straight angles, then they are congruent. If 2 angles are straight angles, then they are congruent. This one is going to be almost identical to the one you just did. You're going to be given an angle ABC. You're going to be told it's straight. You're going to be given angle DEF, and you're told that is straight as well. So raise your hand and give me your first statement. First statement. Yes?
Angle ABC is a straight angle.
Good. Why?
Because it's given.
Good. Who's got the second statement? Yes?
Angle ABC is 180 degrees, and we know this because it's the definition of it.
You got it. Definition of a straight angle. Those are my markers.
Try that one over there.
Which one? So we know ABC is straight. It's 180 degrees. Who's got statement 3? Statement 3. Yes?
Angle DEF is a straight line.
You got it? Angle DEF is a straight angle. Why? Given. So what do we know about angle DEF? It equals 180 degrees. And actually, I'll write this because your book does do it. You can write instead of writing it all out again, you can write same as number 2 if you want shorthand. If there's ever a repeated reason, you can refer back in the proof. You could say same as number 2 if you want. So what can we say then in number 5 since we've laid this all out? We know ABC is 180. We know DEF is 180, so we then can say angle ABC is congruent to DEF. And for all the reasons we've backed up, we've proven this and this, so we can say angle ABC equals 180, which equals DEF. So these are just 2 very basic proofs. By making proofs happen, you are proving, in this case, 2 theorems. 2 theorems. They come right from those blue sheets that you'll be using throughout the geometry unit. All right, last page. Yeah, thank you. Now, let's get into 2 final example proofs using the diagrams on the back. So to make these a little easier on you guys, I filled out the statements. You have to do the reasons. I filled out the statements, you have to do the reasons. All you're given is this diagram of 2 lines crossing at point F. So statement 1 says, diagram as shown. Why can I use that statement? What's my reason?
Given.
Just given. So we're referencing the fact that we have this diagram. EFG is a straight angle. What's the reason? Definition of a straight angle.
Line straight.
The line is straight, it's 180 degrees. If you look back from page 2, can you assume straight angles? Is that one of the things that we can assume? Yes, we can. So what would be even better is to state that we can assume straight angles are something you can't assume. HFJ is a straight angle, assumed from diagrams. So again, keep yourself shorthand, same as number 2. Or you can write it again if you want. And now we come to this final statement, proving our conclusion. EFG is a straight angle, HFJ is a straight angle. What reason can we give as to why EFG is congruent to HFJ? Yeah?
EFG equals 180 degrees and HFJ equals 180 degrees.
Yep, they both equal 180. Okay, I would take that. I wanted to try and go one level up. What was, if you flip back, what was the theorem you just proved? Now, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say angle EFG equals 180
And then HFJ just, yep, that's what he just said, right? They both equal 180. But if you flip back a page and look at theorem 2, what does theorem 2 say? If 2 angles are
They are straight.
straight, then they are, excuse me, the theorem that we just proved. If 2 angles are straight, then they are congruent. And for the sake of referencing your blue sheets, as we move along in different theorems, you can even write in parentheses, this one is theorem 2. Okay, guys? So what you two were just saying for my final reason, I could have used, but I already did that in the proof for the theorem that I now have. So I'm going to use that as my reason right here. Theorem 2. Okay? And we'll just finish with one more proof, and we'll be done. Okay? Everyone got this one down? Marquina, can you read me the givens that I have?
Angle RST equals 50 degrees, angle TSV equals 40 degrees, and angle X is a right angle.
And angle X is what?
A right angle.
right angle, excuse
Please
me.
go to the athletic office.
Are you guys all set back
GRC
there?
net. Please go to the athletic office.
Alright, do
Thank
not
you.
assume right angles, it must be given to you in the proof. So 90 degrees we can now write in, do not assume it by just looking at the picture, it must be told, yes? Alright, so we were given RST equal to 50, TSV equal to 40, we know X is right, I just labeled those red on the diagrams. We need to prove that RSV equals angle. Pretty obvious, looks like it should just be said, yes they are congruent, but we're gonna go through our statements and give reasons why. So start with number 1, angle RST equals 50, reason? Given. Number 2, angle TSV equal to 40, given. Number 3, yeah,
RST plus TSV equals 90.
good, equals 50 plus 40, which equals 90. Okay, you can write that out. You know by addition that that's the case. So we keep going. Number 4, angle RSV is a right angle. How do we know that? Reason. What's that? Yeah, so that's it. You can write right angle definition. A right angle is 90 degrees. Whatever you need to write to back up your statement. So we've got our givens. We've got the fact that when adding the two angles I get 90. We know that's defined to be a right angle. What about statement 5? Given. And how now can we conclude that angle RSV is congruent to angle X? Right angles are congruent. Do you remember what theorem number this is? Theorem 1. So we would write if two angles are right angles, they are congruent. Theorem 1. These are just the beginning, okay? You will be doing more advanced proofs with Ms. Stewart next week and more proofs the week after. I would suggest doing the assignments for Chapter 1. Mr. Moe, I believe, gave you the Chapter 1 geometry assignment sheets last week.
Yellow paper, yellow